check, check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. No time to waste. 30 more seconds there. Welcome in to the first installment of our JETCARD streaming situation. I am super excited to be going live for you guys today with this is awesome. All right, we're going to talk all about it. The link is pinned in the chat. We're back in the Phenom 300. I know this was a last-minute stream. I was going to hold off on this stream for a few more days as I got a little bit more familiar, but I just couldn't. We're gonna go through it together because I felt it would be doing a disservice to my fans if we didn't go through the beginning stages together. So let's first talk about Phenom 300E. Still a brand new airplane, came out yesterday. We did our first flight. It was okay. I was impressed with the airplane. I had a few little issues. I discovered that we had one major issue with the trim. That was a niche hardware situation. I've worked on that with my Brunner CLS. I've got much better control over the pitch axis and things of that nature. So the rudder and on the yaw on touchdown still seems a little bit oversensitive, but that might be just a rudder calibration I need to do. But I am happy to say that I did spend some time working on my force feedback profile. I got the airplane behaving like I feel like it should. And other than that, yesterday's stream was pretty awesome. We put the airplane through its paces. We did a RNAV approach with the LPV and almost rolled it going into Telluride. If you haven't seen that short, it's on the V2 channel. Go over there, check it out. We knife edged this thing going into Telluride last night, which was pretty spicy. But here's the deal. For how long now has 2024 been out? I have been wanting career mode to be great. We've done our things with career mode. It has its issues. Career mode is so close to being so much fun, but then there's just little issues that keep coming up that really just suck the fun out of it, right? Well, I'm happy to announce that I think we have a substitute here, at least in the corporate jet realm of things. So, JETCARD, jetcard.io, the link is in the description. Click on it, go read about it. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. This is basically a career mode for corporate jet, biz jet lifestyle. If you guys remember, I used to fly corporate jets before I got in the airline world. Oh my goodness, a giant a cricket just ran across my desk here at the office. That's crazy. Pouring rain out here in North Texas, so all the critters come out. But the JETCARD program is essentially going to be a BizJet career mode for you, and it allows you to fly contracts, it allows you to fly charters, it allows you to create and build your own company, which is what I want to do, and I want to do it with you guys and gals, so my fans. So I'm going to show you all about it today. I'm going to spend some time. Now remember, this is going to be my first. I was debating, should I do a couple of practice flights with it, get the hang of it, then show it, or should we go through it together? So I've been reading about it. I've been watching Blue Games. Shout out to Blue Games. He's the one that actually led me on to this months ago. He posted a pre-beta video about JETCARD that I was watching. And I was like, man, what happened to JETCARD? Because I remember seeing a video about it. And then I looked into it. It's out now. So you can purchase it if this is something that sounds like that you're going to be interested in. I know for me personally, this is exactly what I have been wanting in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And we've been so close with career mode. But this, I think, is going to step it up a notch. And its focus is around corporate jets, private jets, jet charter, things of that nature, which I'm going to show you here. And I love flying these very light jets, corporate jets, mid-sized jets. You guys know I love the Citation 10. Lear 35. I am beginning to really like this Phenom. I didn't dislike it. You guys just know I'm more of an old school corporate jet kind of guy. I kind of like the round gauge panels. I have nothing against what FSR did with the G3000. I think it's a fantastic simulation. My personal enjoyment on the sim is I like to fly round gauge, but that's okay because a lot of other detail and a lot of intricacies have been simulated with this Phenom 300 that can kind of push me past looking at a glass panel. So without further ado, Aviation Dude, thank you for the 16 months of support. I appreciate you, man. Very, very kind. Hope to see you up at Expo. You're going to be at Expo this year, Aviation Dude? That's another thing. Quick shout out. I will be at FS Expo. Got the room booked. Got to get my tickets for Expo, and I got to get the airfare. We'll see. I may try to jump seat up there. Really trying to get Miss V1 out there as well, so maybe Miss V1 will come along with me on this trip, but we'll talk about that later. But it does look like I will be at FS Expo 2026, which is super exciting. So without further ado, what I'm going to show you guys right now, we're sitting on the ramp in Van Nuys, California. I'm running Beyond ATC in the background. So let's pull up the JETCARD program and I will show you how we got here. So if you go to JETCARD and you purchase JETCARD, I'm actually turning the sim down in the background a little bit. If you go to and you purchase JETCARD, you're going to download an app and it's going to look something like this. All right, when you get in here. Now, I am going to do a dedicated video kind of breaking this down in a little bit more short form content. There is also a video already done by Blue Games. He did a fantastic job. He did an early version of this. When he did his breakdown of JETCARD, it was still in pre-release, I believe. I'm trying to figure out why my window is kind of blocking off. Huh. I wonder, give me a second. I want to see. There we go. There you go. Now you can see the full thing. Excellent. It's I believe it's $20. JETCARD is $20. So you can go, you can purchase it right now if you would like. And I'm going to show you why we're in Van Nuys. And again, we will do a full-blown detailed review of the program later in a pre-recorded content, but if you just can't wait, check out the Blue Games channel. Check out his JETCARD video he did about a month ago. It's about 45 minutes long or 30 minutes long. But here we are. We're going to look at it live. So you got the home screen here. This is basically going to tell you we're now version 1.07. This is the latest release. It talks about bankruptcy, reduced loan ladder, all of that stuff we'll get into at a later time. Logbook. This is kind of why I wanted to go live with this. If we are successful in building an empire here on JETCARD, I want to make sure we look back at this stream where we started with 0. So here we are. We have nothing in our logbook yet. Charters. This is where you're going to pick the charters that you want to fly. You can search by airports. I wanted to do something to Scottsdale Air Park since that's where I was based out of when I was flying corporate. So I just searched for SDL and I booked a flight. Now, I picked up this charter. You can see there's some charters that are blocked out. This is to owner and pilots only, employed owner and pilots only for a certain company. So there are some jobs that are only operating or only available if you work for that company. If not, you can fly contract trips, which is what we are doing today. This is Arbitration Hearing, Keystone Property Group. And these are all real. As far as I can tell, they are real entities and legitimate charters that would be out there. So that adds a lot of realism and coolness factor to it. But what you can do, you can search for airports, you can search for a value of money, you can search your favorites. You can see I starred this here so I didn't lose it. I searched for Scottsdale. I saw a short flight, only 330 miles. Don't have a ton of time today, so we're going to do the short flight, Van Nuys to Scottsdale. But where you have to look is what aircraft is available. So if you want to fly the Phenom 300E, that is in the light jet category. So if you look at, say, let me see if there's a smaller, like ultra long range jet category, right? An ultra long range jet category, that is the minimum size aircraft that you need to complete that charter. So for instance, the light jet category, if I wanted to fly a Citation 10 on the light jet, I could do it because that is a larger category. That's a mid-size. But I have to have at least a light jet category aircraft. If you are flying, say you wanted to do this mission here, well, you wouldn't want to do 5,000 miles, but there are some other missions that are a little bit shorter. Like, for instance, see if we can find some. There's a lot of ultra owners, commercial charters. I was trying to find like a medium-sized charter. Can't find one right now. But essentially what I like about it is it gives you have to have the minimum size. You can fly larger jets, but you can't fly smaller jets. So if there was a mid-sized charter available, yes, you could sort by mileage right here. I will show you. So distance, boom. Let's sort by distance. Let me do shorter distance. So here we go. Mid-sized jet. Here we go. Citation XLS. if I wanted to do this one, Lanai City to Honolulu, it's $1,500, only 63 nautical miles. Oh, that sounds awesome. I want to do that at my Phenom 300E. This is a mid-size jet charter only, so you would have to be flying your mid-size jet. Now, once you own a company and you have your own aircraft, that's a whole different ballgame. We'll get into that later. I'm showing you face value here when you first get the program, where you're going to start. Look at us down here. We got zero money, chat. We are starting from the bottom, and we're going to climb our way to the top. All right. For instance, here's another one. Turboprop aircraft. Cool. You could probably fly. That's one thing I don't know. I don't know if you can cross-contaminate. If it says turboprop, if you could fly a light jet on that route. That's one thing I don't know. I wonder if turboprop has to be a turboprop, if you could throw a jet on that. That might be some performance issues with airport requirements. I'm not sure about that. But look down here. So light jet. So it does what I wanted career mode to always do. In career mode in Microsoft 2024, they force you to fly that category of aircraft in that category of mission, and it drives me nuts. If I want to fly my mid-size cargo plane on a light cargo run in career mode, I want to do it. It won't let you do that. That drives me nuts. JETCARD solves that problem. You have to have the minimum aircraft that it is published, but then you can fly larger if you want to. So that is a key takeaway. That's something that I feel like has been haunting myself in career mode, because the career mode missions for mid-size cargo or mid-size private jet charter, they're all 600, 700 miles, but you don't want to fly a PC-12 for 600 miles, right? So JETCARD got it right here. So it's cool to see turboprop. Think King Air, PC-12, TBM probably, Piaggio. I wonder if the Piaggio is supported. We could probably check. Let me see. If you click on it here, you can see, if you were to do this, it says choose aircraft. So let's see if we choose turboprop. Look at that. You actually can fly a light jet on this route. That is cool. So I answered my own question. If it is a turboprop min class, you can still fly a jet. Now, I would obviously pay close attention to your departure and arrival airport, because if it's going in somewhere that's got, say, a 1,500-foot strip, you probably don't want to be taking a Citation 10 in there, right? But at least gives you the option. It allows you to kind of be the pilot in command, allows you to kind of plan ahead of things like that. So any Transall routes? Thank you, AJ, for the $3 super chat. Oh my gosh, best never flown turboprop. AJ, I did buy something from Azure Poly here soon. We'll see it soon, buddy. Thanks for the $3 super chat. Does JETCARD have charters for sports teams? Yes, they do. They do have sports teams charters as well. So 737, A320, yes, TPR 2378, that is true. They do have that. So then you would select your aircraft that you'd want to fly, and then you would book the flight. So we booked the flight. I will show you. Once you book a flight, here we go. We are into a dispatch. So you can see here, we're going to be Van Nuys to Scottsdale, 330 miles. Sealand got breakdown on the weather. We're in the pre-flight phase right now. We could take a look at the briefing. We have a client, Eric Adler, Chief Executive, Keystone Property Group. Departure FBO information, arrival FBO information in Scottsdale. Let's see, client representative. We've got dispatch, Aaron Harris. Aaron, where are you at, my man? Charter briefing. So we're flying Eric Adler, CEO of Keystone Property Group, to Scottsdale for commercial arbitration proceedings. Interesting. The receiving legal team has arranged a black car to meet the aircraft at Signature Flight Support, and their local counsel will coordinate ground transport directly with the FBO. Scottsdale is a frequent venue for high-stakes commercial disputes, given the favorable arbitration framework in Arizona, so the local legal infrastructure is well equipped to support complex proceedings like this one. So that sets the tone. We got 3 passengers on the manifest: Eric Adler, Wesley Stevens, and Philip Armstrong. Crew operations, first officer today is Jake Prescott. Let's see, courtesy car, rideshare, confirm with crew services on arrival. We're going to have to do all this together at the crew hotel. That's where we're going to be staying. Let's see, Callaway Hotel, Capitol Avenue, Scottsdale. Don't know where that is. Fuel order, confirm, quantity with dispatcher prior to dispatch. So, let's do this. Let's call FBO, fuel order. Let's make an order here. I think this is how you do it. I haven't done this yet. You don't, to my knowledge, I think you can just actually get up, start up, make sure your aircraft is loaded, and then go. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who was it? Someone already has the JETCARD. We might have to actually load up. Oh, there we go. Fuel quantity order. Quantity TBD. We could do Do we want ground power there? We have to pay for ground power. Now we need some Gulf Streams in the sim? I know. I'm wondering... Clay Lacey Aviation Services. So the J-phone, to my knowledge, is going to be getting an overhaul soon. Our phone just went off. We got 2 messages. Clay Lacey Aviation. Fuel order confirmed for aircraft. Truck is en route. GPO confirmed and connected. Excellent. Do we need to cater the aircraft? I think it's already catered. Let's go ahead and go ready for boarding. We're ready for the 3 passengers whenever they are. We're actually not ready. Uh-oh. That's all right. I'm going to go ahead and close that card. I will minimize this. And we are in the boarding phase anyway. So with that done, let's actually go back outside. And let's pre-flight our jet and get ready to rock and roll. That's a JETCARD message. We'll come back to that here in a minute. Let's come under here real quick. And let's do this. We'll leave the chocks on for right now. Beautiful. Open the door. Get our aircraft a red eye. Do a little pre-flight. How's she looking this morning? Beautiful. Forgot the catering. No, we're not. We're already catered, my man. We're already catered. Let's pull the that out of there. We'll open up the aft cargo as we get ready. Continuing our pre-flight again. Beautiful modeling and texturing. I love this livery. This is the one I wish we had in career mode. Remember we flew that nasty blue one yesterday? The Phenom 300 is a pretty sleek looking ramp presence of a jet. It looks fast, man. I like it. I like the Phenom. Always have. Always liked the look of the Phenom. All right. Pre-flight is complete. The stairs are down. Let's go ahead and get the aircraft. Does that livery come with the Phenom TPR? Yes, it does. This is a default livery. It looks way faster than it is. True, Team Vodka. True. All right. I'm going to hide the yokes because we're going to mess around with that. But let's go ahead and get our aircraft set up here. We're going to go ground ops. We'll go ahead and go GPU, and we'll connect the GPU when we can. We'll roll out the red carpet. And as far as payload, let me go pre-flight import from SimBrief. Enter SimBrief is either invalid or there's no flight plan generated. I think so. I need to get this set up right. Is there no space? Is it username or is it number? Let's see if that does it. Ah, no space. Got it. Beautiful. So I think there's our flight plan from JETCARD. I think if we go to, I don't want charts. I want this. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. We'll do load real time. And a fueling truck. Fuel status, requesting fuel truck. We'll wait for that. And passengers are waiting at the terminal. So they're going to go ahead and load up. We've already got everything else connected. So let's go battery switches 1 and 2. Let's get the electrical connected, boot up the aircraft, and go flying. No space there on that SimBrief. That's cool. All right. Sounds are coming up. I want to see. Every time I pull this up, it's going to blow up that screen. So let me do it like this. All right. Let's go here. All right. All 3 passengers checked in on board. You're clear when ready, Captain. Okay, cool. So that is good to go. We're in the boarding phase. We've done everything. If you wanted to look at the weather, you've got your whole weather here, a couple air mits. It's basically VFR all the way across. VATSIM pre-file if you want to. Flight tracker. ACARS is not up yet. Financials later. But I'm going to just leave this on the briefing page. Actually, we'll leave it on the dispatch page like that. There we go. So we got to make sure we have... I'm going to verify with my own SimBrief 2200. Make sure we have that fuel when it is time. So, all right. Can you overserve your passengers in alcohol? Well, you know what? We had a guy yesterday on the Phenom 300 that he trashed our cabin. So, all right, let's get this fired up. I'll do that. Now, can we... Let's go ahead and tune the ATIS over here, Van Nuys.
Van Nuys Airport information, Quebec 1227 Zulu, wind 270 at 3. Visibility 9er, sky condition clear, temperature 13, dew point 09er, altimeter 299er landing and departing runway 16 right. Advise on initial contact, you have information,
Pause,
Quebec.
system test, okay.
All right, information Quebec. We'll get that going. TAS system is okay. We're going to load this up. I want to know if we can send our flight plan. Do you know if we can send this to the box?
TAS system failure.
Why did TAS fail? Why did our TAS fail?
Traffic, system test passed.
Huh. All right, we're going to go without TAS. We don't need it. We'll go ahead and set data. Auto, that's fine. All right. Huh, we have to do it ourselves. Flight plan options. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and call clearance. Van Nuys ground, AeroCard 613. Clearance to Scottsdale. Oh, I wasn't aligned yet. Thank you, Glufu.
AeroCard 613, Van Nuys clearance. Verify you have information, Quebec. Cleared to Scottsdale Airport. Radar vectors Blythe, then is filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 450, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 124.6. Squawk 2742.
I'll have Jeff read it back while I program it.
Cleared to Scottsdale Airport. Radar vectors Blythe, then is filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level for 50, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 124.6. Squawk 2742. AeroCard 613.
AeroCard 613, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for push or start.
We'll contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start. AeroCard 613. Thanks.
AeroCard 613, you're welcome.
All right, we're going to plan Scottsdale Arlen 4, runway 3, load. All right, that's in the box. Simple flight plan. That's loaded up. Let me go ahead and continue with this here. Engine settings. Auto reserve, sending data. And then we're going to continue setting this up here. Next. Oh, we've already done that. Scottsdale 1437, complete. And we are still loading, so we'll hold it there. I'm going to go back, go home, go flight plan. Let's take a zoom this out here. Why are we in this weird mode? Map. There we go. That's what I want. Van Nuys, Arlen. It's in the box. Excellent. All right. Empty weight. That checks aircraft loading. Go all the way to the bottom. Import from MSFS. Why didn't it load anybody yet? Completed. ETA 1 minute for passengers. Once they're loaded, we'll be good to go. You broke JETCARD website is blocked already? Uh-oh. I didn't even tell you what the best part about JETCARD is going to be yet. Let's go ahead and kind of finish a little mid-pre-flight of the aircraft here. We'll get the cockpit panel lighting up. Strobe lights off. Nav lights are on. Basically any other thing. We'll leave the hydraulic pumps off. We'll go fuel pumps off because we're still fueling. Right? We'll do signs on. That looks good. ADS probes could stay off. Windshield heat could stay off for now. We're on the GPU power. We could do the rotary test. Fire. Engine 1, 2, fire.
Fire. Fire. Fire.
Annunciator lights test. Everything comes up. Stall protection.
Stall. Stall.
Ice protection lights.
Stall. Stall.
Ice condition checked. Alright, rotary test is complete.
Stall.
Alright, luggage status, loaded to vehicle, approaching. We're still, oh, look at this. People are showing up, chat. Breaking the internet again. Listen, get in now because what I'm gonna do. So why we get ready to load up the passengers here? Let me tell you what I'm planning on doing. When we get enough money, this is where it's gonna go bananas. We're gonna build. I'm gonna start a company, and then I'm going to allow you guys to apply to work for my company. And I'm going to be extremely selective. There's going to be monthly challenges. There's going to be an application process. I have big dreams. And then we will be able to fly a premier bizjet company, and we're going to take the leaderboard by storm. I believe Blue Griffin already has a company, but that's Blue Games. We're going to our job is to dethrone Blue Griffin. All right? But we got a long way to go. We got $0 in the bank. Talk a big game. We got like 500K to go. So, better get my interview suit clean. Barry Seal Inc. confirmed. Can I use the Duke? Daniel Fogelberg. You know what? You could probably use the Turbine Duke. I will have to check, my man. I'd have to check. I don't actually know right now. How are we looking over here? All right. Passenger status, boarding. So, they're still boarding. All right. So I'm going to hold the initialization there. Magic Barrel Ref will do that. Let's do some airplane things. Let's go ahead and set 5,000 feet up here on our G5000, whatever the hell this thing is. 5,000 feet is set 5,000 PFD. Let's see, actually, let's go back. Let's go PFD settings, overlays, synthetic terrain off for right now. Thank you, that. PFD mode full. Split. Nah. Uh-oh. Full. There we go. Active FMS, PFD settings, bearing pointers, we don't want those. Other PFD settings, wind, altitude, and units. Man, I wish I could turn on the FPA. Can you not use the I believe in Garmin it was called the Flight FPA, right? And it was a button that you could use. It populates in the it populates on the synthetic vision, but I want to use it without synthetic vision. Oh well. Al Loper, thanks for the $5 super chat, my man. I appreciate you. To import flight plan on the Garmin home screen, select SimBrief and you can import there. Oh, on the Garmin home screen you can select. Okay. Thank you, Al. I will keep that in mind for the next one. This flight plan was super easy. We just did is literally one fix. But I will look at that and make sure I do it for the next time. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. The $5 super chat, man. All right. Import from MSFS. Is it going to import the weights? Yes. Now we have the weights. Excellent. Fuel. Actually, go back. Scroll down. Weight and balance. We're not done with you. Fuel. How much fuel do we have on board? 2290. Excellent. Fuel on board sink. Excellent. No hold fuel. We don't need no hold fuel where we're going. We're JETCARD. We get in. Van Nuys, they said runway 16 left. Right? For departure? What did they say? 16 right for departure. I think my scenery only has one runway. How do we not have a good Van Nuys? How do we not have a good Van Nuys in Microsoft Flight Simulator? All right, 16 right for departure. Weather, we're going to sync METAR, load METAR, wind and weather, 290904. That's all right. Load from database. Takeoff config, flaps 1, ice protection off. All right, takeoff data, accept takeoff speeds. Boom, 112, 111, 101, and 101. Done. That's all set up. We're ready to rock and roll. So, what I can do now is just go back, map page, full-size map page, and then flight plan down here. That's how I want to set this up. We're going to be radar vectors to Blythe. Excellent. All right, I think we're about ready to go. Let's take a look at that, everything. Let's go ahead and we'll have the ground service close it up. JETCARD is back online if you want to go ahead and get started. JETCARD website is back online. Excellent. So what you saw there is the cinematic cameras, which was kind of cool. Let me go to settings. Flap operation, no. Aircraft exit, no. I have it on engine startup. I want to see what if there's an engine startup cinematic. All right. All right. Back to ground ops. We don't need any of that. Charts, we probably need that. Van Nuys, let's pull up the big chart. Ground charts 10-9. 10-9 main chart. Make it big. We're going to 1.6, right? We're over here. All right. Let's go ahead and close up the rest of the doors, though. We got to do that, and then we'll go. Aft cargo doors closed. Everything, we're still connected. We'll get rid of the red carpet. Let's call them for push and start. Van Nuys ground. Aerocard 613 ready for engine start.
Aerocardal 613, startup approved. Call when ready for taxi.
Wilco, engine start approved. Aerocardal 613.
All right, let's run through a quick checklist here. Standard. No checklist? What? I thought there was an in-game checklist. All right, disregard. Let's just make sure we got everything the way we want it. Let's get our fuel pumps into auto. Auto, seatbelt sign is on. Windshield heat could stay off. Jet off bus, GPU's connected. We got good volts, 5,000. Super simple for engine start. Sounds are coming all the way up. I want to see if it will move me over to a cinematic startup view. It's on center of MFD. What's on center of MFD?
All aircraft be advised information. Romeo now current altimeter 29.
Okay, that's sick. That's sick. See? If you're going to have a super easy airplane to manipulate, that's cool, right? There's no fuel introduction. It's all FADEC. It's all easy. Let's go ahead and disconnect the GPU. Generators are auto, so it should. Okay. Disconnect. We'll do it for number 2. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. Why did we get a failed start? Why do we have a failed start? You gotta be kidding me. Let's try one more time. Chat, we cooked it already. How? How did we cook it already? Hey, Ground Ops, can you bring that GPU back out, please? Thumb 37 links for $5 super chat, man. Putting the AOM down from upcoming secret to watch your stream Phenom and easy auto and according to systems logic. Climb to 370. Ain't that the truth, my man? Thank you so much for the support, brother. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Is it because the gen was on? I thought you could start with the gen off, gen on bus. Let's connect the GPU. Let's try it like this. Start switch to stop. And actually, let's let me go to let's try this. Nope, she's not lighting off. All right, bring it to start, stop. Let's turn off that generator. Let's go ahead and bring number 1 down. Better call JETCARD maintenance. So that'd be funny if that was a thing. That would be funny. It's not, but alright. Alright, so we're good to go. Let's see what kind of maintenance nonsense we got going on here. Where can I check? Can I check to see if there's an issue somewhere? Perform maintenance. Engine 2 status okay. Okay. Why wouldn't it start? I still don't believe that it's failed. Fuel pump on. Fuel. Fuel is running. I think it's a bug it fixed by turning off hot start failures. Because it stayed like that even after I restarted the flight. KDXO? Really? Let's see if she'll light off. Control binding issue? Uh-oh. I should check. Nope. No light off. We do have the right controls bound. Yeah, right controls are bound. Let me turn off random. No, random failures are off. I had to reset the plane 3 times just to wipe the FB setting to get this thing started? Oh, come on, man. Really? Perform full engine overhaul on number 2. Perform maintenance. Okay, it's been fully maintained. 0 hours. We should be ready to go. Ignition's on, ready to go on the ground. Let's see. Now she's not starting at all. Will we cook it? Is it completely cooked? Our first, I want to go inside and watch. It won't let me. Look at the shadow moving. I can't watch the temp on the startup. Generator start fault. If you have a tailwind over 10 knots? No, because number 1 started. I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn off cinematic cameras. I need to watch the... Chat, we're going to be late for our first one. Engine startup off. Okay. Alright. Let's start number 1 first. What's the wind? Why are they hot? They're hitting the ITT limit. What's the wind?
Sky condition clear. Temperature 13.09, altimeter 299.3. Landing and departing runway 16 right. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Romeo. Van Nuys Airport information, Romeo. 1257 Zulu. Wind 270 at 3. Visibility
270 at 3. It should be a headwind.
Temperature 13.09, altimeter 299.3.
Turn off hot start simulation? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? It will start now. It seems a little sensitive. Why is it getting so hot? I mean, we're running it on generator power. We're not loading the system. Let's try, which one's cooler right now? Number 2? Let's try number 2 one more time. It's already starting at 145 ITT. No, it doesn't even. Generator start fault. It doesn't even want to start. Off, off. Auto, auto. We're in use. Gen 2 off bus. We got an electrical problem. We have an electrical problem, I think. Electrical. Yeah, I know. I didn't. I switched Gen 2 off on purpose. I want to keep Gen 2 off. I'm going to turn Gen 1 off, too. But we have a generator start fault, which is interesting. Ignition to auto. No, you can't motor. I wish you could motor. I don't know how to motor them. I don't think you can. No, she won't even start. Generator is faulted. FADEC is in. Nothing popped here. Alright, let's do this. See it. What the heck? You know, Blue Games had a livery problem. Start with fuel pumps off. No, they're in auto. See how it's going to automatically trip back off. Perform maintenance. Batteries. Where is electrical? Flaps, gear, engine management, hydraulic, generators. There we go. Damaged. This is the problem. Generator 2 is damaged. Replace that. Okay. What's happening? Now it's starting and run. Hold on. Hold on, chat. Good night. Good start on 1, or on 2 rather. Bring me a Learjet, would you? Look at that, we fixed it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You need fuel. See, that's why I don't trust FADEX. I do it myself in the Lear 35. We never have a problem. Over-simulated and overstimulated. That's how I feel right now in the back seat. Nids. Oh, you gotta be shitting. No, we spoke too soon. Oh, we spoke too soon. "45 minutes in, Zach. This is not good." Can you not do cross-generator start with the GPU? No, pneumatics are off right now. It should be off for start. It's okay because it's off. That's air conditioning, pressurization, and manual right now. I could have flown Southwest quicker. I know, dude. Thought we were going to see the rise of an empire. Tootco, get out of here. Oh, you're killing me, Tootep. It's hot starting. That's what's happening. It's hot starting. Maybe it has to. I don't know why. I don't know why that's happening. This is definitely this is not one of our problems. Battery 1 is draining. Well, it shouldn't be draining because we're on ground power. Generator 2 on. It's totally fine. We're doing it's actually easier on the engine to do a cart start on number 1. We're going to do it without the cart on this one. Generator is off. We'll go generator auto. Actually, can we start it with the generator off? Start, stop to stop. Gen 1 off bus. Here we go. Let's try this one more time. No, Chris, I don't know. There is no motoring. There is no motoring for the engine, which I find interesting. There is no motoring. We're going to cook the starter. Alright, one more time. Ignition off and it will motor. Let's try ignition off. Let's try to motor it. That's a good point, whoever said that. Thank you, Captain Nate. Alright, we're going to motor the ITT down. 6, 7, 8, 10. That should be good. Let's go ignition on.
Van Nuys clearance, exec jet tree 86, ramp 198.
Nope.
Request IFR clearance to San Francisco Airport. With information, Romeo.
I know, I turned the ground power off.
Tree 86, Van Nuys clearance cleared to San Francisco Airport. Walker 5 departure with the Corez transition, then as filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency 12 for 0.6. Squawk for 620. Cleared to San Francisco Airport.
Generator keeps
Walker
getting
5
damaged.
Departure with the Corez transition, then as filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency 12 for 0.6.
It should not be
For
that sensitive to
620.
hot start.
Exec jet tree 86.
I gotta
Exec jet tree 86.
I switched to ground over there. Alright, we've reset the starter generator. We're on ground power. Auto, auto. Fuel is auto. 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 Start. It's the heater, that's normal. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll motor both of them. Can we motor both at the same time? I want to motor them both.
Exec tree 86, request taxi.
ITT limit for start is 100C. For real? 100C? It did complain that FADEX were too boring. Well, FADEX, I mean, they're not this sensitive in real life. There's no way. If it was this sensitive in real life, dude, these planes would not be flying anywhere. Earth to V1 home Garmisch. I don't need no stinking checklist, man. We could start. We're in the right start configuration. It was just hot starting itself, and I don't know why. We've got a 5-knot wind, so we got to motor them down below 100. So that's what we're gonna do here. Here comes 100. All right. So number 2 to stop. That one just failed off bus. We might have cooked the starter on that one. So we'll turn them both off. All right, turn them both off. Let's do maintenance. Full engine overhaul on that one. Full engine overhaul on that one. Everything is okay. Hydraulic pumps. We'll replace the generator 1. Okay. Everything is good.
386, contact the Nice Tower 119.3.
Now.
Over to Tower 119.3, exec jet tree 86.
I'll turn the radio off. All right. Generators, auto. Ground power is on. All right. GPU's connected. Bleeds are off. We're below 100 C. Ignition, auto. Start, stop to start. Bleeds auto? What bleeds are you talking about? Over here? Pressurization bleeds? Why would the bleeds need to be an auto? Why would that have anything to do with it? I'll put bleeds in the auto, but why would that matter if that's an auto? If anything, I would feel that would make it hotter. We'll try it. Gen's off on 1. We're 100C. Let's start number 1. Here we go. Shoot, the ignition's not an auto. There's ignition. It must be the wind, dude. There's no way this thing should be cooking. There's no way, dude. There's no way that those engines would overtake. Let me see what the wind is here. How do I see the actual weather? Shows live weather. What about slewing it? What is it? Shift Z? Well, I'm gonna be so pissed if we don't get this. I was so pumped. I was so pumped for this flight. Phenom's about to be dead to me. Phenom is about to be dead to me. Everything is good. Hydraulics are fine. Those are fine. 0, no damage. No damage. Who dropped the 10 gifted subs, man? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for the 10 gifted subs. Alright. Pneumatic is in auto. Generator's off. Start 2. We're below 150. Oh, this plane is done. This is done. Put wear and tear to normal? Or maybe. Gosh, this is going to screw everything up if I've got to reset. I'm going to turn off all this stuff because I don't want to. I want to do full engine overhaul, full engine overhaul. And where do I go to this? Failures off, engine. Turn all that off. All right. Electrical failures, wear and tear, that's all off. I'm going to start this damn airplane, chat. I'm going to start this airplane. And I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get off the ground cart. We're going to do a battery start. So let's do that. Gen's in auto. Bleeds in auto. 122C. Battery start on number 2. Nope. Nope, she won't even start. You wouldn't need hydraulics to start. That could come on after start. I think she's cooked. I gotta reset her. I think I gotta reset the jet. On a battery start, we got one on. Alright, good. Nah, flight sim guy, we're not knowing no stinking checklist. Started the airplane 20 times. Refunds for super chats, asking for a friend. Thank you for the $2 super chat, man. Can't get me down, man. I'm pissed at this airplane. I'm pissed right now. Ruining my whole JETCARD experience. Alright, start 2. There's the bleed up. If this starts, I'm really going to be pissed because it means that the 5-knot tailwind is hot start the aircraft. It's Clay Lacey. Call someone for a Lear. Look at that. Look how much cooler it is. There's no way it should be that cool. When we had the generator start, it was over temping. See? It's the stupid wind. It's the stupid wind. That is the most ridiculous thing I ever seen. All right, we're done. Get rid of the GPU. Let's do an after start. Hydraulics are coming on. That's coming on. Auto. Windshield heat's coming on. Ice protection could stay off. Auto. Get some fans blowing. It's cold in here. Goodness me. We'll go full screen here. Flight plan here. Flaps to 1. I told you it was the wind. Whoever said the wind, you are correct. But that's good night. They need to fix that. That's one thing they need to fix. All right. Last thing we gotta do is pull the chocks. I'm ready to go. How's our JETCARD? It was definitely the wind. 3-knot tailwind. We hot started and cooked 2 generators. That's all right. JETCARD is still good to go. We're gonna be late. Let's get out of here, Jeff. Van Nuys ground. JETCARD Aero Cardinal 613 request taxi. Oh, I muted it.
Foxtrot, cross runway 16 left at Foxtrot. Continue taxiing via Bravo, Echo.
Runway 16 right taxi via Alpha, Foxtrot, cross runway 16 left at Foxtrot. Continue taxiing via Bravo, Echo Aero Cardinal 613.
All right, we got that. That's cabin time. That's good. We'll go ECS both. Get that off there. Toga's up. TO. Ready taxi? Let's rock and roll. Oh, why is JETCARD still up on your screen? There we go. Sorry, guys. I can't wait to buy my first aircraft that I'm going to buy with our company. It's going to be a Learjet. All right, Alpha Fox 16 left. That's going to be... We're going to do what? All right, Alpha Foxtrot 16 left, cross 16 right. Here we go. Those of you who took Southwest, I apologize. How long did that take to get going? We've been streaming for 58 minutes. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Aero Cardinal 613, service over to Scottsdale. I do apologize for the delay there on the ramp. Unfortunately, Embraer designed their engines with paper mache, so when the wind is actually when a pigeon farts, the hot starts both engines and overtemps the generators. So we had to shoot some of those pigeons so they'd stop farting in our engines so we could get a normal start sequence. Ironically, a battery start was about 400 degrees cooler than a generator start, so riddle me that. Anyway, we're all set to go here at Scottsdale. It's going to be about 47 minutes en route. Invite you to full catering service on board the aircraft, and all drinks are complimentary, so help yourself. Let's go ahead and have a fun flight over to Scottsdale. Thank you and welcome aboard. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Why is bleed 1 and 2 off? That's auto. What was our squawk code?
Aerocardal 613, contact Van Nuys Tower 119.3.
Over to Tower 119.3, Aerocardal 613.
2742 on the squawk. Pigeon for dinner. All right, if we look at JETCARD, we can see phase departing. We are in taxi out. Taxi out up here on the top right. Very cool. All right, so everything's good to go. Better than a border patrol announcement, if I say so. Oh my gosh, if we have a bird strike, John, I'm rage quitting. We'll build our empire next, T-Tut company. We'll build our empire on the next stream. Look at the windsock. It's like barely, it's like 7 knots, bro. I don't know, isn't it full extension, 15 knots? Still, it wasn't a direct tailwind. Are you looking forward to the Falcon 50? Nick, now that I have JETCARD, 100%. So, let me focus back. Let me de-rage myself. I do apologize for that. That was extremely frustrating because I know there's 500 of you that are like, you know, professional Phenom drivers in the chat telling me to do one thing. I started this airplane a dozen times already off stream, doing the same way. So when it doesn't start, when it's on stream, it's frustrating. Apologize for that. We're ready to rock and roll now. But back to the premise. JETCARD. Now that I have JETCARD, I am super excited for the Falcon 50 because I love all these light jets, and I love the corporate jets that we have. But there really hasn't been a great motivator to fly now. Because if you're going to fly, you know, from Phoenix to San Diego or to Honolulu, you might as well take an airliner, right? It's just, I don't know. It seems like there's more to do with the airline stuff. But now that we have JETCARD, it's really going to change the way I look at these corporate jets. So, Citation 10 is allowed, indeed. All right, let's get out of here. Van Nuys Tower, Aerocard 613, ready for departure, 16 right.
Aerocardal 613, Van Nuys Tower. Wind 270 at 3, fly heading 160, runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 160, runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff, Aerocardal 613.
All right, bleeds set. 1-2 off, that's fine for right now. ECS is both. We're auto pressurization. Fan is on. Temperatures in the back. Control lights are set. Let's go. A tower lady's pretty upset, isn't she? Why is she British? Climb to 37 thanks for the $2 super chat. Happy to witness this bottom of the barrel low ops. I gotta reset my view here, else it's really gonna be bottom of the barrel operations. Thank you, Climb to 370. Hopefully you were able to get some studying in there while we were trying to learn how to start engines with tailwinds. All right, let's reset this view to like over here. There we go. Excellent. All right, we're cleared for takeoff. Up to 5,000 feet. We've got a slight left crosswind. Let me do a flight control check here after slewing. Okay, making sure everything works. All right, here we go. Spool them up. Toga. I'm actually going to climb. Or excuse me, TO, not full Toga. TO set. Thrust is set. 80 knots. V1, rotate. Go. A little bit of nose down pressure. Keep coming up. She likes about 20 degrees, I've found. Which seems a little excessive, but might be right. There's through 1,000. Climb thrust. Nose is coming down. Those flaps up. We'll get another overspeed. Ah, woo! We gotta get those flaps up sooner.
Aerocardal 613, contact SoCal departure. Good day.
Over SoCal, flight level
Contact
change.
SoCal
Heading
departure, Air Cardinal 613.
3 for 5.
SoCal departure, Air Cardinal 613. Good morning. Leaving 3,300 feet for 5,000 feet.
Air Cardinal 613, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190. Aero Cardinal 613.
Air Cardinal 613, expect Arlington 4 with the Blythe transition, runway 21.
We'll accept that, Aero Cardinal 613.
Aero Cardinal 613, verify instruction.
Talk to him, Jeff.
Expect Arlington 4 with the Blythe transition, runway 21, Aero Cardinal 613.
Right up and up there, flaps up. Autopilot, yaw dampers engaged, 225.
090.
Turn left, heading 090, Aero Cardinal 613.
Alright, now that we've got that, there's 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming off, inspection lights coming off. We'll do signs. On and on, we'll leave that still. We can expect direct Blythe here soon. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to go back to realism, and let's go ahead and turn all this back on. Hopefully that doesn't fail our engines now that we're running. Let's get our failures back on. Alright. Much more stable, yes. So I had a pitch trim issue yesterday. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. Departure Aero Cardinal 613, request present position, direct Blythe.
Aero Cardinal 613, you're currently being vectored, unable direct at this time.
Typical SoCal, unable at this time. All right. JETCARD, hey, it's Todd. What's up, my man? So, sorry that it took some. We had a little rage.
Aero Cardinal 613, contact Los Angeles Center 132.85.
Center on 132.85, Aero Cardinal 613.
You can see now, JETCARD. I'll come back to it here in a
Los
minute.
Angeles Center, Aero Cardinal 613, out of 16,800 feet for flight level 190.
You can see we are airborne. We're in the climb phase, and we're en route to
Aero Cardinal 613, Los
to
Angeles
Scottsdale.
Center. Good morning. Climb, maintain flight level for 50.
When I get to cruise, we'll go over
Climb,
and I'll talk to
maintain
you
flight
more.
level for 50, Aero Cardinal
Golly, this thing
613.
climbs like a freaking banshee. 450, really? I'm gonna change that. I really need to sync those. Alright, standards across the way there. What, standard? Standard, there we go. Stop beeping at me. I'll tell you what, let's go 350 on this one. Center Aero Cardinal 613, request final cruise altitude, flight level 350. See if he gives us 35. 45 seems excessive.
Aero Cardinal 613, you broke up. Say again, altitude.
Request final cruise altitude, flight level 350.
Aero Cardinal 613, confirm new cruise altitude, flight level 350.
What is ESL? Let's go. Affirmative, Aero Cardinal 613.
Aero Cardinal 613, roger, new cruise altitude, flight level 350.
Alright, 35 is set. Going up to 350. We're on a vector out towards Blythe. Fan medium. Temperature is in cabin control. That looks good. Alright. We're finally cruising now. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I love Phenoms. Watch this jet. It's about to taxi off any minute now. Sent Brittany, the Californian ATC from South London about an hour ago. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Migs. Yeah, that was wild. Manual calls out as little as 10 knot tailwind can overtemp the start. It also says that if you don't wait for IT to drop below 60, see after a failed start, your baseline is higher. That all makes sense, Tico, especially after that. But What I don't understand then, why did engine 1 start perfectly fine, then number 2 just did not start, and then it hot started, cooked itself. I do get the baseline, that is pretty cool, but we also had a 7-knot wind, and it wasn't even a direct tailwind. I think it's too sensitive in SimWorld, maybe. You know,
Southwest 2650, contact Los Angeles Center,
like
125.8.
the winds were not 10 knots up the pipe.
Contact Los Angeles Center 125.8 Southwest.
But I think it could have been. Maybe it's. You know what? It could also be Tutco. It could be what Iveo wind is, what the airport wind is, and what the actual sim wind is, or it could have been that we had a failure in the system from the get-go, because I do have failures running at a higher rate, and then that just led one thing to another, and then we were trying to restart it. I do appreciate, I will say, what Tutat is saying about the 60C after failed start, your baseline is higher. So when you start the engine, we saw our ITTs come up right. Back? We're back. Are we back? We're back. We're back.
Air Cardinal 613, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
Are we back?
Center on 126.35.
Are we
Aero
back?
Cardinal
Are we
613.
back? We're so back.
Los Angeles Center, Aero Cardinal 613, crossing flight level
That might have
350
been
for
a
flight
YouTube
level for
thing.
50.
That might have been a YouTube thing. I don't know.
Aero Cardinal 613, Los Angeles Center. Roger.
Los Angeles Center, request flight level 350.
Aircraft calling for new altitude. Say call sign.
Aero Cardinal 613.
Aero Cardinal 613. I didn't get that altitude. Say again, altitude.
Request flight level 350, Aero Cardinal 613.
It's Christmas miracle. I don't know what happened to that. That might have been a YouTube
You are
thing.
already at flight level 350. So go ahead and stay there.
You know what's crazy though? Everything just got all jacked up, like this sim. Not the sim, like the YouTube chat, and beyond AHC, everything got all blacked out. Anyway, we're good. We're back at it. All right, let me go back to manage speed. 350. 264 knots. This stream is cursed. No, we're not cursed. We are looking good, Chad. We are looking good. We're going to get this stream over. We are building a legacy. Seatbelt sign off. You are now free to move about the cabin. I'm going to go ahead and direct us to Blythe. Direct Blythe nav. Alright. Nav, looking good. 350. Seatbelt sign is off. My goodness, we're finally making it. Twist sauce, thank you for the $5 super chat. Now we just need each hardware issue to complete the hat trick. Don't jinx me, my man. Don't jinx me. Eastern T3, welcome up, welcome back. All right, like it never happened. Like it never happened. Well, with that said, let's take a look at our JETCARD while we're sitting here in cruise. You can see in the flight tracker, we are airborne. This still shows climb phase. I think it wanted us to go to 450. I don't think we can get all the way up to 450. Should we try it? I feel like we're going to go all the way up to 450 and then get back. Oh, let's do this. Can we modify this? Look at this. 35, 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Excellent. We just manually changed it to 350. So there we go. Despite all of that nonsense on the ground, everything is looking good with JETCARD. We're en route. We're in the cruise phase at 35,000 feet. Headed over to Scottsdale. Let's mess with some of this. Ooh, look, you can see other JETCARdigans. Nick Lane, Scottsdale to GCR. What's he in? Look at this. Las Vegas to Albuquerque. All right, so again, Eastern T3, thank you. Welcome back to Commercial Pilot Man. Glad to have you back on board. Let me turn the sim down a little bit. This this is what I'm really excited about here, because this type of program, not only is it going to be great for those of you that are like me, that want something like career mode, but something that makes common sense with career mode and revolves around light jets, corporate jets, turboprops. All right. Now, that's awesome. There's tons of flights you can do. If you want to do here charters, you can keep track of your own logbook. Look, this is our first flight. We will always remember this flight. Whoa.
Contact Los Angeles Center
We will always remember this flight as our first flight, that's for sure. But my plan right here,
Los Angeles Center,
company formation fee 500K. We're going to have to do some grinding. We're going to have to do some flying. I would like to incorporate a once a week, twice a month maybe. That guy sounds like a legit guy from LA Center. Whatever it may be, I am going to incorporate a mandatory JETCARD flight / stream whenever I can. At the very, very, very least once a month. I would like to do at least once a week. Now that we have something like this, we're going to build up enough money. I'm going to start a company, and eventually what I would like to do is what I mentioned earlier, is I would like to then have some sort of system where we can kind of incorporate the channel as well. So like the channel members, you guys can fly, you can hire, yes, Andre Henry, you can hire pilots, exactly. So that is what I am going to, eventually I'm going to want to do. So how cool would that be? You could have pilots flying. I believe, can I search for an operator? Let me filter by A's. Look, Blue Arrow Executive. This is Blue Games right here. Blue Games has got he's got 17 pilots, a fleet of 12. He's got a Longitudes. He's got a Pilatus PC-24. He's got a Phenom. This is his fleet. Now, I'm going to have to ask Mr. Blue Games. I wonder, since he was early access, I wonder if he had a little extra cash on hand when he started his JETCARD program. We're starting from the bottom. But my goal, I love Blue, awesome dude. My goal is to dethrone Blue Arrow Executive. We are going to start our own company. We're going to climb to the top of the leader board, and we're going to maintain a pristine reputation. But that's all future, right? That's all future. So right now, we're stuck with contract jobs. You know, a couple of these, if I can knock a few of these out, we could do a long haul. You know, we could do like a Citation 10 long haul. Look at these. There's a couple of these jets that are, we could do a BBJ flight here, 265 thou. How much would you make on that? Your pay out of that is about, 10% freelance rate. So you don't get that whole price. You only get 26K of that. So if you did, what would that be? So you would do 4 jobs, you'd have 100K. So we'd have to do 4, 8, 12, 16 flights that paid around 26K to have enough money to start our first company. That's kind of how the math works on that. So it's about a 10% freelance fee, which is pretty neat. So that's what we've got on the board. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna see this. You're gonna see me flying this, hopefully once a week, at the very least, a couple times a month maybe, because I know we all love the Airbus, we love the 7.3, and I love all those airplanes too. I love streaming them, but I love smaller. I love these nicher airplanes, turboprops, Citation, Lear, Phenom. Although the Phenoms, I love hate a relationship still, but it gives purpose, and I think it sounds like a whole lot of fun. And just a few messages with the lead guy. Was it Sean? They seem. I've been in the Discord, kind of snooping around the Discord, looking at the Discord from yesterday to today. I think it's got a ton of potential, and I'm very excited to get started with it. So, AJ, thank you for the $3 super chat. Baby Barry Seal could join the JETCARD flights. Hey, AJ, Barry's got to stay. In Mexico for now. It's gonna all be about the reputation. Can you hire? Oh, I already answered that one. Carrier's pairing 7942. Thank you for the $5 super chat. How do I work on split screen option for checklist on the PFT? I'm trying to split the screen, checklist on the screen PFT instead of it only on the MFD. That's a great question. I actually don't know how you would do that, K Sperling. As I know I see what you're saying. So you want to go checklist and then what do you want on the other side, map? You could split it like that, right? Anybody else, real quick, anybody else with the Phenom? Am I the only one that thinks that some knobs mouse wheel opposite of what I would think they would mouse wheel? I don't know. Like some knobs mouse wheel correctly, then some knobs they feel like they mouse wheel backwards, or like some switches like this one. I don't know if maybe I got a funky setting, or am I the only one that's covered that? But there you go. There you can split the checklist like that. Now that we're here, let's look at before start. How do you manipulate it? Arm oxygen approach threshold apart. Engine ignition switches auto. Okay, cool. After start, GPU disconnect, electric gamer push in. Batteries 1 and 2 checked. Each battery voltage must be at 23.5. SWIPS test panel off. AFCS control set. Engine takeoff data is all set. We did that all before. I don't see why you could do that. You'd have to do that after. We did all that before. Set the speeds in sequence. If it is necessary to correct one of the speeds, all the others must be verified. All right. Cool. Ain't no need no stinking checklist with a fade egg. Migs, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I second AJ. Perhaps we can integrate what would have been Tour de Americas into JETCARD flights instead. Just a thought. Migs, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Migs. Thank you for this $5 super chat. So I'm trying to be semi-cautious about what I'm saying about everything right now with JETCARD because it's still early, right? And I'm still getting familiar with the program myself. So, but what I do see, Migs, is massive potential for not only for the end user yourself, for anybody that just wants to pick it up and have purpose to fly, maybe start your own company, do whatever you want to do. Total control of your own situation with JETCARD. But what I think it's kind of unique to a content creator, or even someone, if you have friends that you want to fly with together, you know, I feel like there's so much potential for what could happen as long as it stays on track and it keeps going the way it's going. You know, it could be what I always wanted in career mode. You know, Migs. That's what I'm saying. It's like career mode, especially when I saw the aircraft requirement for, you know, in career mode, you have to fly medium aircraft in medium. You have to fly large aircraft in large routes. You have to fly small jets on small routes. That drove me nuts. All right. This allows you have to have the minimum aircraft requirement. So you can't just, you know, you can't take your Embraer Phenom on a medium mission. You got to actually have a light mission to take your Phenom, right?
Los Angeles Center, UPS 2905,
but you can fly
flight level
bigger jets
350.
on smaller jobs, which makes sense to me.
UPS
So
2905, heavy Los Angeles Center, copy.
The potential is huge. It's absolutely huge. Phenom 300 Real Pilot here. Good to see you, man. Could have used you about 20 minutes ago. Every switch that has auto, leave it auto. Thank you, JG. Appreciate you, man. We kind of got that vibe yesterday when we were flying with Throttletek, Mr. Roberto. Indeed. Ryan Jensen, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my friend. Says, probably need some coffee after all these streams. Been loving the content these past few days. Flying the SkyWest 35th anniversary right now. XNA to Houston. Thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Hey, I had a couple days off. We do a couple streams. I'm going to be going into the black hole. I'm actually back on reserve tomorrow. So far, I haven't been called for tomorrow. I'm hoping that tomorrow afternoon I should have a little something going on for you guys and gals tomorrow afternoon if everything goes as planned. But glad you're enjoying the content, man. It's been fun. Been fun to fly some stuff around. Fly a little Phenom action. We flew the day before that. We flew the L1011 long haul. That was a ton of fun. Man, flying that Iveo L1011 conga line into Skytech was epic. It was epic. I'm a mod at FSR. Very cool. Welcome on board, man. Nod position has been reported and logged. It works perfectly in focus mode versus legacy. We're speaking to Azoba for a solution. Okay, interesting. ZS Hawk, thanks for the stream. Thanks for the info, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I wanted to make sure because I was like, man, is there something on my sim? Do I have a weird setting? Because some of it, you know, like these, you know, zoom in, zoom out. That all seems to work as intended. But yeah, thank you, man, for the info. Appreciate you. Just want to make sure I wasn't going crazy. Let's see. We should take a look. This is a short flight. I mean, we spent longer on the ground than we're going to spend in flight. Arrival, Arlen 4. Blythe. I guess I can turn you into day mode since the sun is coming out. Ooh, that's bright. Blythe transition, Skull, expect at or below 250. But we're coming in off of Arlen transition. We're on a shorter one. So Arlen's actually way up here. That's landing Sky Harbor. We're going to get vectored to Phoenix. So I tell you what, let's just make Arlen a hard 10,000 for VNAV. Waypoint info. Waypoint options. No.
Los Angeles Center, American 1451 Heavy, flight level 390.
Oh, nope, go back. Let's do this. Altitude, I want to do 10,000.
American 628, expect Arlington 4 with the Blythe transition, runway 8.
And I want to also go back.
4 with the Blythe transition, runway 8, American 628.
Enter. Arlen
American
10.
1351 Heavy, Los Angeles Center, copy.
And I want to do 250 knots.
613, contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Just to give us an idea.
Contact Los Angeles Center 13 for 0.65, Aerocardal 613. Los Angeles Center, Aerocardal 613. Good morning through flight level 350 for flight level for 50.
Aerocardal 613, Los Angeles Center.
RNAV runway 3, Yankee. What about Zulu to 3? We got to get the. Let's see what the winds are down there. We got a TD point. Is it performance? Landing data? Weather? Load METAR? Scottsdale? Winds calm, it seems like. So we'll plan to land 3? Let's see. Runway... Yeah, I think we'll plan to land 3. So we'll do the... Anything else for 3? There's only 2 for 3. Actually, 2-1 would be preferable. I would rather do 2-1. Come in over this way.
Los Angeles Center, American 628. Good morning, flight level 289er. American 628, Los Angeles
We'll do
Center,
RMP Yankee
contact.
off of Frank. How about that? RMP Yankee.
American 628, descend and maintain 1 for 1,000 feet, altimeter 29er, 89er.
Vector swirl.
1 for 1,000 feet,
I can't select.
altimeter 29er, 89er, American
Frank?
628.
Let's see, what is swirl? Does swirl draw the full thing? Where is swirl? Yeah, swirl's all the way out here, and then we can delete it. They said expect 2-1? Really? Let me see if they'll tell me. Center Aerocardal 613. What runway can we expect at Scottsdale?
Los Angeles Center.
Hey,
American
come on now.
1640, flight level 330.
Freaking American 3340 cutting me off here.
American 1640, Los Angeles Center, radar contact. Aerocardal 613, Scottsdale active runway
Thank
is
you.
21.
All right, so 2-1. Well, I like 2-1 better. So
American 1640, descend, maintain 6,000 feet.
I want to
altimeter
do
29er, 89er.
2-1
Descend, maintain
RNAV,
6,000
RNP.
feet.
We'll draw it all the way out
29er,
off of
89er,
ball
American
just so we
1640.
have it. So let's do RNAV Zulu 2-1. Ooh, we also have options. Furman or Hawaii? Well, we're not going to do
Vertical track.
Hawaii. Uh-oh. We'll do Furman. We'll do Furman. Furman. Minimums. Vertical tracks alive. We got RMP 1993. It's visual down there. Load. All right. We also need to start down soon. Centers Aerocardal 613 ready for descent. Let's set lower. Let's see what
Aerocardal 613, after Blythe, cleared via Arlington 4. Descend at pilot's discretion. Maintain flight level 280, altimeter 29er91.
All right, 280 set.
After Blythe, cleared via Arlington 4, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 280, altimeter 29er91, Aerocardal 613.
All right. VNAV, hit it.
Altimeter
Oh,
29er91.
that was aggressive.
Expect the visual approach runway 21.
Altimeter 29er91, expect the visual approach runway 21, Aerocardal 613.
That was aggressive. All right, down we go. Gotta try the hot start CL650? Yes. Pixelated, we'll definitely do that. Pilot unknown, 10 for 10 recommend. If you're talking about JETCARD, I am. So far, we are starting down. At a 330 now. Keep our power in there a little bit. Let's go back to our cameras. So much for a short flight, right? 45 minutes on the ground to get the engine started. So the problem, ZS Hawks, I don't actually know if we had a failure, a random failure already on the number 2 engine, which failed it to start, because number 1 started just fine. The winds were reported 7 knots, and they were actually reporting a 7-knot headwind. So, unless there was a discrepancy with
Center on 2525, Aerocardal 613,
the wind that was being reported in the sim, when we did taxi out, we noticed the windsock was not actually 270 wind. It actually looked like it was coming from the tail, but it looked like it was a quartering tailwind at 7 knots. So my only thinking is, if you guys have it set at a hard 10, maybe with the discrepancies in Microsoft Flight Simulator wind, maybe there should be a little bit of a buffer on that, but I don't know. I mean, it did put me into rage mode a little bit, but it wasn't. I commend you guys for having the ITT modeled and how you got to cool the ITT back down. We talked about that earlier after departure. How that's actually really neat. It's not scripted. You've got actual limitations and parameters you gotta monitor for successful engine start, which is really neat. So. Let's see. Did you tell us to go lower? No. 280 is all we got. TPR. It was cold and dark, I believe. You'd have to check when we started up, because I had loaded into the sim for about, I don't know, at least a half hour before we went live, and the aircraft was sitting was sitting on the ramp for about 40 minutes or so before we went live. But it'd be interesting to wind back the stream and actually see that first attempt on the second engine start. I was testing prior to streaming, yes, but I've concluded my testing at least 30 minutes prior to start. Because I normally load in and sit on the ramp for about 30 minutes before I go live, just as I boot everything up. I do a full computer restart, you know, then I load in the sim, load up all my cameras and everything. I normally need about 30 minutes prior to going live. I do not use FS Realistic. Yeah, no FS Realistic. Plane Geek says FADEC abnormalities looking to as well. Some things with justice coming. We felt that the FADEC was good enough for normal lineup. Hey, listen, I am all about keeping it even on the side of more challenging than less. You know, like I would rather see those failures.
American 1640.
But
Good morning.
if it was a
Flight
win
level
condition.
300, descending via
The only thing I
Arlington
think
for
that
arrival,
maybe could have messed it up
runway
is because I wasn't in real time. I should have still been in live
American
weather.
1640
Maybe
Albuquerque
that had
Center.
something to do with it, but I don't know how much you'd be able to tell from winding it back and observing the engine start. But what was happening is that we were getting basically hot starting, and then I realized that we were just cooking everything, reset generators. But when I turned the aircraft around in slew mode, we started both of them up.
Descend, maintain flight level 230.
We're going to be hiring a van full of
Descend,
hippies on
maintain
this one.
flight level 230, Aerocardal 613.
I'm going to try to do this with my Bravo autopilot here real quick. This is going to be dangerous. I want to try vertical speed. Oh, nice. Works just as I wanted it to. Excellent. So we a little bit high on path, but remember, that's all right. It's for Sky Harbor was the altitude, so we're actually going past it. We're going to be okay. I am using Beyond ATC. Plane Geek is one of our test pilots. Awesome, man. In the real airplane, the FADEC is bulletproof. It doesn't let you do anything bad at all. Well, I can commend you then, because the FADEC on today's flight did not let us do anything wrong. I think we did have a generator failure, and I that could just be because I had random failures up, and I do have, I'll show you my settings actually right now. I didn't change anything else, did I? So I just have, 5x general. I do have wear and tear at 5x speed. I don't know why I have brakes and tires at 7x. That seems excessive. Especially with my landings. Let's knock that down to like 3x, eh? Let's knock that down. Engine startup. I'm gonna try flap. Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention, that we got a couple of devs in the chat, if you could pass along. The engine startup auto camera, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think FADEC engine starts are super boring in real life, right? Because you don't do anything. I like to sit there, introduce fuel, all that cool stuff. However, how you guys came up with the auto camera switching during engine startup, that is one of the coolest things I've seen in flight sim from a dev in a very long time, in terms of, like bells and whistles additions to a module. It is very cool that when you start that, going to the outside view, because in the cockpit perspective, obviously if you're real life, you're going to sit there, you're going to monitor. All you're doing is monitoring the start, right? So for sim purposes, to just throw you outside for start is so cool, man. That is so cool. I really think that's neat. I'm going to test the flap one today now. 5x means you're 5x more likely to incur issues. Well, hell yeah, man. It's all FADEC, right? I got the FADEC to protect me. It's an auto airplane. All right, 200 is set. We're still vertical speeding down. We're 250. We can go a little bit faster than that. Yamaski says, do you trim like the 7.3 with the yoke switches? Yes, you do. So yesterday, Yamaski, that was a force feedback Brunner situation. I have resolved it. Basically, what I needed to do is I had to configure my CLS software which is what Runer runs on. I had to configure the trim settings in my profile, which I've got set up now, so it is working as intended. You trim via the yoke, that is correct. But that also played a role into why I had some abnormalities in Spirit. That's all niche hardware issues, though. That's nothing FSR or Phenom.
Descend and maintain 15,000. Altimeter 29901.
15,000 is set. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go into an IAS. Let's go into an IAS. We do a flight level change. Bring the power back. Do 270 in the descent. 270 is set. We'll catch up to it here. Let's take a look at
American 1640. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. American
everything's in
1640.
the green here. Where was our landing field elevation? FMS auto. Cool. That's already set. Excellent. V1 Spirit Wings question here. You said quality of life was great, but as a flyer at a non-Spirit base, it felt flights from my city were canceled often. Will flights are coming to cancel more frequently for maintenance or crew? Cody, what base? I don't think we canceled any more frequently than anybody else, man, if I'm being honest with you. It just depended on the operation, right? So if a major storm went through Fort Lauderdale, it would affect flights at a lot of other areas, because that's the headquarter, right? So a lot of times the aircraft has to go through Lauderdale. So when Lauderdale gets hit, stuff will get jacked up throughout the system. But I don't think, you know, from my perspective, dude, we canceled my flights. I had very few canceled flights for me personally, and I always joked about it. I was like, yeah, I'm not lucky enough to get a canceled flight. You know, they're just going to delay me. Now, what Spirit would do is what other airlines do is they just delay the flight, you know, 8 hours, 12 hours, and say, oh, your flight's not canceled. It's just delayed 12 hours. Well, technically, I consider that canceled. But, no, I didn't notice, you know, at any other abnormal. Now, maybe towards the end, Cody, maybe towards the end of Spirit's operation, I could see that changing, absolutely. Because things did get pretty sporadic there at the end with crews, not having enough crews and stuff. It could also be frequency. Yeah, Cody, if you're at a base that's kind of in the middle of nowhere, the frequency, right? It's not like a legacy carrier where you've got 10 flights a day. They may only do one flight, you know, every other day. So that also could play into it. But yeah, quality of life, unmatched, dude. If Spirit was around forever, I would have been the best aviation job in the world, in my opinion. 10,000 set, V-path is on. But she gave us a descend and maintain right now, right? So we should probably flight level change it. Oh, here comes the path. We'll maintain 250.
Albuquerque Center, Aerocardal 613, leaving 15,000 feet, descending to 10,000 feet.
MCI, yeah. See, MCI is kind of out. We didn't have a whole lot of frequency to MCI. Why was the QOL so good? Because you could fly as much or as little as you wanted to. You had full control over your schedule with, you know, there were some limitations to that, but if just a little bit of seniority, the way it was set up, when everybody can fly as much as they want or as little as they want, not everybody wants to drop everything. Guys want to fly, so trips end up getting picked up. The guys that don't want to fly or shift a weekend off, they're able to do it because that's just how the system worked. You know, when you lock down the system where nobody's allowed to drop anything or have any flexibility, any sliver of opportunity that they can drop, everybody tries to drop, right? But when everybody has the ability to drop, then not everybody's going to drop. You see how, kind of see where I'm going with that? but the quality of life was unmatched. And so that repo, the nomadic repo videos, I flew with Becca, awesome captain. I flew with her many years ago when I was brand new. There was another couple of people in that video I recognized, but yeah, and she even said it in her interview. She's like, they're the best contract in the world, in the country. I would argue it's we had the best pilot contract in the world at that airline. Yeah, we didn't get paid the most as everybody else, but to me, your quality of life has a price to it. You know, being able to drop a random Tuesday so I could go to my girls' dance recital, that has a value to me. And even though that's not reflected in the dollarly or the dollar hourly rate, it still has value to me. So that's what made it a great airline, man. All right, we're going down 10,000 feet here. The greatest currency is time. Yeah, that's a great saying. So this has us going all the way out to
Aerocardo 613, descend, maintain 8,000 feet.
I want to just get a
maintain
vector.
8,000 feet. Aerocardo 613.
8,000 is set. And let's make our life easier. We'll go IAS, flight level change, 250.
Albuquerque Center, Silverhawk 814, leaving 2,000 feet for 5,000.
Was QL good to turnover or solid staffing? Cody, staffing at the airlines always seems to be kind of cyclical, right? They hire a bunch of people, and they realize they got too many people, so they're fat on pilots, so then they got to adjust the schedules. And it's kind of, every airline has its waves, right? Ebbs and flows. When Spirit was staffed properly, it was awesome. You know, when it's not staffed properly, when we were growing and there was a ton of flights and we couldn't get enough pilots, yeah, you ran thin in the summer. Guys, you know, had to fly more, but that's just part of the gig, you know. But generally, every airline goes through those cycles, right? They go fat. There's peak, because there's also peak months of flying, and then there's low months of flying where the airline doesn't have a ton of flights during this, you know, in the fall, like before the holidays, right when school starts, flying is generally lower, so the staffing needs are generally less. All right, so my question now is, where are we going? I'm going to break off. I'm going to go direct. This is what I love about, I'm going to go direct to first. And I'm going to tune Scottsdale Tower. This is what I love about Iveo. So, like, they're going to want to vector me all the way out to the full approach. What you do is I just switch to tower mode on, excuse me, not Iveo, on Beyond ATC. I've been switching to tower. And then I'll fly my approach the way I want to fly it, and then once I'm on final, I'll call them up. Sam's in the house. What's up? Was the Spirit contract so QL folks because you didn't have as many guys as legacies, went through bankruptcies, pensions to take away post time? No. I think it was focused that way because we had, generally speaking, a younger pilot group, Sam. So, and I will say this, Spirit, the hiring, I won't mention any names, but the people in charge of hiring at Spirit did an amazing job at hiring, like, I don't want to say like-minded, but that all valued the same type of thing, like valuing the time at home, having core value, just like the amount of the people that were in charge of hiring, they all hired a great group of people. And they were generally younger, and I think we were all, that kind of puts you on that mindset too of, you know, you value time to the younger generation is worth just as much, if not more, than money. Whereas some of the older generations, like you're saying, Sam, about some of the really old salty piss and vinegar pilots, all they value is money, right? So that could have something to do with it. But I just think it was mostly because of the people in charge of hiring. They did a really good job of filtering out who they wanted to work for that company. Look at that, we're basically going over the VFR transition over Sky Harbor. This is cool. There's old Mickey G's 707s down there. Were Spirit pilots much younger because it left? No, they didn't, TPR. I mean, Spirit was a career destination for a lot of people. People only started leaving. Oh, I forgot we were in flight level change. People only started leaving when the company started falling apart, right? That's when the attrition went off the charts. But before that, it was a lot of people were there for a destination. I went to Spirit. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be at Spirit. That was going to be my airline. But then when the writing started to be written on the wall, decisions had to be made, right? All right, 5 for 4. We're coming around, let's see, Willman is at 4, so we'll maintain 4 on that. We'll try to, this will be a good practice, RNP. We'll set 2,000 and VNAV it once we level at 4. Let's do a Magic Barrel Ref update, 29 or 86. All right, seatbelt sign is on. Landing taxi lights on, wing light can stay off. And I'll start slowing down here a little bit. How about 210? All right, 2,000, 4,000, V out. Now, I wonder if I go approach mode, glide path armed, theoretically, do I have to set 2,000? Yep, I will set 2,000. Those are minimums. I will set 2,000. Glide path is armed. We should be able to fly this RMP. Yeah, 180 max on the flaps. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna complete our first flight. What a first flight for JETCARD. Who did we have on board that needed to go for arbitration? Oh, this is cool here. You go to, you can see the window here where it's got us in final approach. You can see our flight track, and you can actually see the aircraft in real time. That's pretty cool. Now, I believe if you have JETCARD, if you picked it up already, you'll be able to see me. You'll be able to track me as well, which is kind of neat. All right, let's fly the jet. Get flight recorder up. JETCARD looks interesting. I messed around with on-air, but there was too much BS with regards to Empire building that got in the way of flying. Buzz. That is a great way to put that. I felt the same way. I never messed with on-air, but there were people that would come in here and talk to me about on-air, and I'm like, so I looked at it. I believe Kip on the Ground flies on-air, right? I kind of got the same vibe. It looked good. It looked interesting, but it didn't push me over the edge. When I saw JETCARD on Blue Games' video that he made a month ago, I immediately was like, I need to get that. That is what I've been looking for. And we'll go over it at the end here. Again, this is our first flight together. We are building an Empire, and we're also building a stock pile of engine generators too. All right, coming to 180. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's go all the way back to 160 so we can comfortably get flaps 1 out here. Neil, you've signed up for JETCARD? Excellent, man. Well, welcome on board the JETCARD team. Kip hasn't streamed in 4 to 6 months. It might be done. Really? Oh, no. And maybe he's just taking a break, man. Maybe a little bit of burnout. He was streaming a lot. He would do a lot of long streams, too. Oh, look. This is the flap. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, how do I get back to my view? I like that. Except when you go final flaps, it may be a problem. I have to really learn my pitch and power settings with this aircraft too.
Vertical track.
All right, so this is what I'm talking about. It should. This is a great practice RMP. Complete visual conditions. Flaps 2. See, I might have to turn that off because I feel like I'm outside for too long for my flaps. Oh, we never set our approach V-speeds. You guys got me talking the whole time. Shoot. What am I missing? Does it need the wind? Accept speeds. Boom. Got it. Oh. There we go. The app is 103. Gear's coming down early here. Scottsdale Tower, Aerocardal 613, right base, runway 21. They tell me to go around when I go around.
613, Scottsdale Tower, wind calm, runway 21 clear to land.
Runway
Jeff's got it.
Clear to land, Aerocardal 613.
Recording's on. Good thing we weren't busy changing a light bulb. Agent, thanks for the $3 super chat, man. All right, I like that. May I make a suggestion? Maybe unpopular. I like that option for flaps 1 only. I guess it's not that bad to come back in and change your own speed. Look at this. This is cool. We're getting a real good autopilot workout here. If we're going to fly the Phenom, we need to test these situations. Just doing a really good job on the RMP. Yeah, you could turn them off, AJ, or Captain Icelander. I'll show you in the settings. It's on the settings page. I love it for engine start. I think that's the coolest thing since sliced bread, man. An auto engine view for engine start. That is so stinking cool. All right, runway's in sight. There's our minimums. I don't have my autopilot switch bound. That's not good. That's not good.
Autopilot.
Alright, I got control of the jet. I gotta bind my autopilot. Disconnect. Also gotta bind that spoiler switch too. Alright, 4,000 is set from the mists. See how she's much more controllable on the pitch? Yesterday I had that pitch trim issue with my hardware. It actually flies quite enjoyable. All right, heading bug is synced. We're on speed. Gear down. Flaps full. Godspeed. How we don't have a high-quality Scottsdale Air Park yet in the sim is also kind of got me getting a little bit
500.
high
Minimums, minimums,
here. Landing.
minimums, minimums. 400. 300.
Look at the cactuses. Gen overload. Land the bird. Tippy. Got it.
Aerocardo 613, exit right at Alpha.
Exit right at Alpha, Aerocardo 613.
Lead 1-2 off. All right, we're gonna make the Alpha. Is this Alpha? It's Alpha up there. Yeah, it's a plopper. Wasn't that bad. Now, I wonder what the gen overload was about, though. Let's clean it up. Did had a weird roll on the. I don't. Roll is the weird. I don't think roll. Tippy. It seems tippy. But that could be my pedals too. I don't know. Because flying it feels amazing.
Aerocardo 613, contact ground 121.6.
We'll leave that
Ground
on.
121.6, Aerocardo 613.
Ricardo 613, request taxi to the gate. I don't actually have a parking span for us. We'll just go straight ahead to the FBO.
We'll take allocated ramp, please. Aerocardo 613.
Aerocardo 613, taxi to ramp 66 via Alpha, Bravo.
Taxi to ramp 66 via Alpha, Bravo, Aerocardo 613.
What happened to my throttles? My hardware stopped hardwaring. Oh, okay, that was weird. Net jets at Alpha 5. We're just gonna park straight up. We're gonna park over here somewhere. We'll park next to the Petco jet. We'll turn around over here and park over here. I don't know why we got a pink jet. Good thing we have the purple livery manual in the galley. Park in the generator supply shop. Oh man, we went through like 4 generators on this flight. Yeah, how we don't have a high quality Scottsdale Air Park, high quality Van Nuys. Now that's going to be the next problem. Is I'm going to start flying these corporate jets around now, being super excited and going to all these corporate airports that don't have very good sceneries. Oversteer on that one a little bit. That's all right. You guys need to get a marshaller. All right. Brake set. Let's shut him down. Oh, that stays on. Taxi light is off. That is off. We'll leave everything in auto. Screw it. Start stops to stop. I believe that's our phone from JETCARD calling us. We've got great service here at Scottsdale. We'll get the GPU connected. We can turn the fuel pumps off. We'll turn these off. A couple advisories. GPU connected. Seatbelt signs off are off. Off on. You're free to deplane. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. JETCARD, first and foremost. This is a first for me, so. Van Nuys to Scottsdale, hour 30, let's see, deboarding, complete flight. Let's go ahead and complete the flight. 242, it about it felt like a 242, 330 miles. Hey, we got 0.3, first charter complete here, done on the channel live. I heard some, do you have any, what was beeping? No messages. Or maybe that was the airplane. All right, everything is fine. Company, no, I don't have a company. We're not gonna form a company yet. News, no? All right, cool. Paid as freelance. Continue. I'll turn that caution off. It's going to keep beeping at us. Check out Falcon Field. Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm off. I'm very familiar. That's where I train, man. So she should be in the logbook. There it is. We got $450. All that work was $450. Van Nuys to Scottsdale. Our first one's done. We got a long way to go, chat. Oh, I completed the flight before I looked at the phone, Kurt? That's what it was. Okay. So got to open the phone before you complete the flight. Look at that. $450. Had 4 generators at $9,800 each. I mean, super cool. Now remember, this flight that I did, this was a super low payout flight because I wanted to do a short one just to kind of get you guys seeing what JETCARD was about and what we're going to be doing here in the future. Again, look at, if you go to charters, you could filter by, let's filter by value. Value to the top. So look at these contract jobs. I mean, you're looking at 10%, right? So we said we need to do 4, 8, 12. You'd have to do 16 flights at, 2,600. But those are some long ones. Look at those, 8 hours plus. 225, 255. So ultra long range commercial charters. Look, you can fly BBJ. Maybe we need to do a BBJ stream. That would be something. Although I don't really want to go 5,000 nautical miles. My question is, can you filter by value and distance? Not really. So I would need sort by distance, interesting. Let's scroll down. There's too many. Let's scroll down to like kind of the middle market here. Let's see. There's 4,000 mile flights. Let's look at the range getting paid under. Man, look at all the amount of jobs. I'm trying to find flights around 2,000 nautical mile range because that's. My goodness. There's a lot of jobs. They just keep populating. What about the map view? Oh, I could look at that too. All right, so here we go. Now we're into sub 2,000 miles. We're looking at, oh, click on filters. Oh, yeah. So I have, what can we do? We can only do contract. So we want contract, all categories, all regions. Oh, distance. Let's do a minimum of 50, max of 1,500. No, not. That's 1,500 miles. Look at that. They even got filters. Thank you, Jet. My JETCARD Virtual Filters is in, or Virtual Filters. JETCARD Virtual Systems. Hey, welcome to the stream. Awesome to have you here. Very cool. Here we go. So, now you could filter these by value, right? So there you go. 140K. You got 4 days to do it. Oaxaca to Little Rock? Chat, someone needs to get on this right now. ACJ 319. I've never flown the ACJ 319. So let me show you. If you were to click this one, here's your aircraft, right? Remember we talked about how it's a category by, you have to have the minimum category aircraft. So now you'll notice, oh, you won't see any of that. You not see that pop up? What if I go full screen? Oh, you don't see that pop out, unfortunately, when I do that. When I go to choose aircraft, for some reason OBS won't capture it. What if I do this? Hold on, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Let me show you this. Nope, there's not more than one way to skin a cat on that one, huh? No, there's not. I thought there was. All right, well, anyway. Let me see. Yeah. Boeing 737, ACJ, BBJ's A350 commercial charter. Jeez. A321 commercial charter. So that's the heavy, VIP. Let's see what else they got. These are all commercial charters. Min class 7.5. Bluebird 7.5 charters. That would be sweet, huh? I wonder, here we go. Ultra long range jets. Let me look at this one. Ultra long range. Gulfstream. Man, we need a Gulfstream now. Embraer Lineage 1000. It's basically a 145 for your X-Plane fans. You could be doing that. Man, I wish, yeah, the Citation 10 can't hack it. Ultra long range. Large jet. Here comes our Falcons and Challenger category. Let me just take a look at this one. So now you're looking at Falcon 50EX. When is that Falcon 50 going to release? We need that. Embraer Legacies. Man, we need some Falcon jets now. You can still do all the business jets on that one. Read off what's in there. You want me to read? Dude, I can't read all the airplanes it would take. There's a lot of them. Here we go. This is where super mid-size. Okay, just to give you an example, for super mid-size jets, if you want to fly a super mid-size, you're looking at Citation Latitude, Longitude, Citation 10, Citation 10 Plus, Challenger 300, Challenger 350, Hawker 4000, Embraer Legacy, Embraer Praetor, Gulfstream G280, Sovereign, Falcon 50, Falcon 50EX, Falcon 2000, Challenger 601, 604, 605, 650, the Legacy jets, the Embraer Lineage, Falcon 9, and greater. Need I say more? G500 all the way up to Airbus A330-300. You could fly that if you wanted to. So the Lear category vodka that you are looking at is going to be, I believe it's mid-size. Super mid-size. Min class. Let me filter by that. Scroll all the way down. Actually, let's go filters and let's go aircraft class. Mid-size jets. All right. So in mid-size, if I filter by mid-size, what I see here are light jet categories. So the light jet category, remember, you only have to fly the minimum. You could fly the Lear, I believe. Let's see. Premier 390, the Beechcraft from Carinata. You could do that. Citation Bravo, CJ2, CJ3 Plus, CJ4, Phenom 300E. So the Phenom 300E is considered the light jet category, which it is. It is a light jet category. But remember, it's only, this is the minimum. You could always fly bigger. You've got to just have the minimum. PC-24 is also mid-size. Small Hawkers. Let me find... surely there's a Learjet. Ooh, I better see. Where's the Learjet? Bombardier Learjet 60 is the Learjet 30. Oh, there it is. Yep. Lear 35A Bombardier Learjet is in the light jet category. All right. That is the light jet category. And then you can always fly bigger, right? You can always fly bigger. Any performance? 47, a lot of stutters. A light Ace Aviation. I haven't had any issues, unfortunately. I can't. But is it installed? Make sure it's installed. JETCARD Virtual System says the Sovereign is coming soon. Global 7500 support also coming soon. Very, very cool. So we'll watch our replay here, and then I'm going to sign it off. It's 5 o'clock. I'm going to get out of here, head home. But this is you got live leaderboard if you care about that. Your total earnings. Who has the John Asher? 1.8 mil. Tell me you're not married with kids without telling me you're not married with kids. I've just missed. Ben Savage. Nice. 1.8 mil. Bayer Aviation Services Light Chop. That is funny, dude. Light Chop. JETCARD Aviation Services, who's in the chat. He's the number 4 in the operators. Blue Arrow Executive. I'm coming for Blue Arrow Executive. I still think Blue Arrow started with a little some funds. But that's what we have to look forward to. I really look forward to this program. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Again, 500K to start. Looking good. We got a long way to go. Aircraft market, you can also buy aircraft and everything like this. Again, I'm going to highlight some of this stuff in a pre-recorded video for all of you that want to watch a short video, or those who missed it right now. Here's our first charter breakdown. $450. 4,500 feet. Pay rate 10%. I got $450. All right. Honestly, that's not too far off from like 10% of the charter fee. That's not too far off from like normal numbers, right? Revenue, expenses, loans. Oh, can you take a loan? Can you take a loan out? That would be interesting. Vodka says I might pick it up for some fun, but $50 and you're stuck in Scottsdale. I know, AJ. Anyway, I'm very, very excited about this program. It's what I always wanted career mode to be. And this one seems to make sense. It's not only is it career mode, but it's career mode with premium jet service, and the way the program is laid out, it just feels right. It feels like it's premium from the font to the way it looks. It looks like it's going to be awesome. Vodka. Yes, that is the point. Yes, indeed. They just pushed an update that says it improves VRAM issues. Update in your library. All right, Al. I will take a update before we fly this bird again next. I don't know if we're going to go live tomorrow. Need an Avanti flight in JETCARD? Buzz. Okay, hold on. Before I shut it. Is the Avanti in JETCARD? Let me take a look. Charters. Let me reset all filters to just... let me look for aircraft class turboprop. All right, so I've done that. Let me just pick a random one here. Let me see what they got. I'll read them off. Pilatus PC-12, King Air 200, 250, 350, TBM 850, Piper M500, Starship, the Beechcraft Starship. Dar TBM 960, Epic E1000 GX, Eclipse 550. No. Is there no Piaggio? Who makes the Piaggio? Sorting by new aircraft. Let's see. The Starship is in there. That's pretty epic. I don't see. Oh, Avanti is made by Piaggio. Yeah, Avanti. I don't see Avanti. Ooh. Are we going to get support for the Avanti JETCARD virtual systems? Sorting by new on the aircraft market will show you the entire list. Aircraft market on the side. Oh, let's see. Aircraft market on the sideboard. Aircraft market. New. Airbus. Can I search for... Look. There we go. Piaggio Avanti. So we can actually buy an Avanti. 8.5 mil. 8.5 mil. Brother, that's a lot. Very cool. Very cool. Again, this was just kind of a teaser, a sample view of what's to come with JETCARD. I'm gonna get a little bit more familiar with it, do some more snooping around. You can expect to see a full video on this from me later on. I don't know if I'll be able to swing it this week. I got a lot of stuff coming up, and then we're actually doing a small little vacay next week. But I'm really gonna try hard to get that video out. JETCARD says, I'll walk you through the loan system offline. Very, very cool. I look forward to it. I'm going to end it for now, guys. So we'll go ahead and we'll close out JETCARD. Again, any active flight will be lost. Yep, we've already completed. Close JETCARD. We're done. Thank you, JETCARD, for joining the stream. Appreciate you, man. I was so excited, dude. I was like, hey, I want to do a video and wait. I was gonna wait to do everything, but I got so excited looking at it, reading everything. I'm like, okay, I gotta do a flight in it right now. So thank you so much, man, for stopping by the stream, and I hope to see you here on the channel in the future. I'm gonna see, what may also be breaking my airplane is replay mode. You know what? I never thought about that. I wonder if doing this is breaking my airplane in replay mode. Let's see what happens.
Stop.
Oh, the engines are off. Let's see how we did here. We have no hydraulics on. All right, let's see how we did, and we're signing off. Yep, the price for JETCARD is $20, one-time purchase. It's a no-brainer, chat. It's a no-brainer. If you like flying business jets and turboprops, it's a no-brainer. Cheers for the stream, V1. JETCARD is looking very cool. Thank you, Dillis, for stopping by, man. Appreciate you. What a steal. I'll take 3. Vodka's setting it up now. Can you send money to other players? Because then I could have Team Vodka. He's a worker bee here on the V1 channel. I could have him do a bunch of flying and then him just send me cash. Is corruption modeled? Can you do, is corruption modeled in JETCARD? Private equity? Corruption? How about casino and hotel ownership? Alright. Let's get sail on here. Coming soon, TM. Let's see how this landing was. Waste management, nice. It's a transport. Jesus. No, this is not Barry Seal operations. This is JETCARD operations. All right, our first Phenom 300 on final into Scottsdale Air Park. Lights are off.
400.
Here's Mafia. I love the regular stream schedule. Hey, man. Full-time streamer, part-time airline pilot. That's what I wish I could do. Thank you, Mix, for the 5 Canadian. Appreciate you, man. These simulations. These Shady Dealings podcast. Oh, dear God. Thank you, Mix. Oh, almost perfect. A little bit of flare. A little bit too much flare. Chop it down. Oh, little tippy. You know what? It seems like that rudder. I just need to put a little bit more curve on my rudder, it seems like. Alex Fargus, in 2024, you hooked me with your streams, and I decided to pursue a career once I finish high school. Fast forward, now I'm instructing. Hopefully we'll get where you are. Thank you for inspiring us. Alex Fargus, my man, thank you so much for the support. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad you're enjoying it. Who knows? Maybe you'll be flying next to me one day. All right, Captain Iceland there. It is flight recorder. I'll fight some to you. Flight recorder. Ooh, almost another wing strike. I think I'm going to stick to the Lear 35. All right, chat. I'm out of here. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Shout out JETCARD. Check them out. Links in the description below. If you want to see me knife edge the Phenom 300 from last night, go to V2 Sim. Check out the YouTube channel there. Subscribe. Check out the short I just released of us. 60-degree bank in the telly right at night. Good night. I love Flight Sim. I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1.
Stop. 500. Minimums. 300. 200.